Hey, it's Cobra here at MaddenGuides.com, and for this edition of the 2-minute drill, we're going to take a look at a play called Gun Trips Tight End Offset RPO Alert Bubble. And this particular play is pretty effective against the nickel double mug formations, particularly 3 plays I'm about to show. And I want to show you how to run this play. When you get up to the line of scrimmage, you can go ahead and snap it. You just got to read one defender, and for the most part, you should pick up some positive yardage. So let's go ahead and take a look at the play diagram just real quick before we actually get into the actual play here as far as breaking it down. As I've already mentioned, the name of the play is called Gun Trips Tight End Offset RPO Alert Bubble. And you can find it out of these playbooks as you look at your screen right here. And for this video breakdown, we're going to go ahead and use the Cowboys playbook. So let's go ahead and get right on into it and start doing the breakdown. As you look at the screen, you're going to notice that we have 3 receivers lined up to the left side. So we have a trips formation with this particular play. And then if you look at it, you'll also know that there are 3 defenders that we look at when we run this play. And it's this particular player or defender, which is going to be the free safety. That's the defender that we're going to look at when we run this play. Depending on what he does determines on what we're going to do when we run this play versus this type of look. Now, the other thing about the double mug out of the nickel formation is you're going to have 2 backers lined up in the gaps right here, into the A gaps. So anytime you see something like this, a lot of times you're going to have some success by throwing the ball to the outside or running the ball to the outside in most cases. And that's what I really wanted to show with this. So we're going to run this initially against the nickel trap bubble, against the nickel 2 trap with the bubble play here that I'm about to show. And if you look at it, one of the things about the nickel 2 trap is that you're going to have this type of coverage here. You're going to have over here on the outside, you're going to have a defender in the flat. And then you're also going to have a defender that's blitz. In this case, it's the nickel back. But you'll notice that if he blitzes, well, that just takes one less defender out of the whole equation who can defend this bubble screen. And then, like I said, the other defender that we're really concentrating on is this one right here, which is that free safety. Because when you really think about it, if you look at it, say they were in man coverage, what really should be something like this. Let's zoom out a little bit here. You would have this guy in man coverage here, and man coverage here. These would be the 3 guys that would be covering those 3 receivers. Well, and even in zone, that's really what I look at when I run this. If I know I've got 2 defenders out here lined up, and not even 3 in this case, these are the 2 defenders, and then I think, well, there's got to be a 3rd defender somewhere. It's probably going to be this guy right here. And so that's the one I usually look for, because I'm not worried about these 2 inside defenders right here. I'm really not worried about that guy or that guy. There's no way that this particular defender is going to get out, even if he was to go out, say, into the curl flat. There's no way he's going to get out there fast enough to cover this. So I don't even have to worry about him. So again, the one that I like to watch when I see this double mug formation out of the nickel is this guy right here. So what I want to do is go ahead and run this real quick, and I'll just show you how it works against this particular play. See how it does that? And then you can run it if you want, or you can make that throw. Now, it all depends on how he reacts. There, I didn't really throw it fast enough, but you can go ahead and either run it or, throw it to the outside. I like to normally throw it to the outside. Let's go ahead and just throw it to the outside here. And then I'm going to get a nice play out of here. Pretty consistent with this. And the one thing you're looking for with the safety, does he commit to come up here? Or does he go over this way, or does he just stand still? If he goes this direction, then you're going to run the ball. If he comes this direction, then you want to throw the ball to the outside. If he just stands and doesn't do anything, then you're just going to go ahead and throw the ball to the outside in most cases, or you can run the ball. It really doesn't matter so much on that. If he stands still, you really just have whatever you want to do with it. But if he goes to the outside, then you want to run the ball. If he comes to the inside to defend the run, you want to go and throw the ball to the outside. It's that simple. So let's go and run it one more time against this particular play here. See right there, I could run it as well and still pick up 4 yards. So there's a lot of success with this one that you can do against this particular play that I'm showing, this nickel 2 trap play out of the double mug. Let's go ahead and run it one more time here. And here you can just throw it to the outside and pick up some positive yardage there. And you're really hoping that that outside receiver can get a long block, because he gets a long block. The longer he can block, the more yards you can pick up. All right, so that's against the nickel 2 trap. I want to go ahead and run this against another blitz out of the nickel double mug. It's kind of a popular one. And I think a lot of guys, I know, especially when I run this particular one, which is going to be this one called LB Blitz 3. I'm going to show you how I like to run it. And a lot of times when I run this one, I'm going to go ahead and call base a line, and I like to bring this guy in here, and then I like to get him into this gap, you know, and hold him and control him. Or maybe I'll fake blitz him, you know, I'll do something like this where I blitz him and then I'll drop him back into zone coverage and try to take away passes over the middle if I want to go ahead and use her over this. So this is what a lot of guys do. Well, let's go ahead and put him back. Let's go ahead and reset this play up here, and then we'll just go ahead and do that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and switch back off to another defender. Now, again, it's the same thing with this particular read. What you want to do is you want to go ahead and watch what this defender does. And for me, I'm not too worried about these two guys because, again, these two outside receivers, they're going to block. Even if this nickel back and the other one in the nickel trap defense that we did, he actually blitzed. But I know that this guy's going to pick him up and should block him. As long as they hold their blocks, I should have some success with this. So I'm going to go ahead and run this. And the same thing here. I'm just going to throw it to the outside and pick up some nice positive yards. If you were to go back into instant replay, one of the things you're going to notice right off the bat with this, as you watch this particular play I'm showing, I want you guys to go ahead and focus in on this safety. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on him. Watch what he does here. See how he just goes back? Again, he's not going towards the receiver here. He's not going in this direction here. And instead, he's not coming up towards the run either. So you could run the ball if you wanted to, but he's dropping back. So that kind of gives you a lot of leeway on what you want to do with this. But again, it all predicates, as long as these guys can hold their blocks to the outside. If we zoom in again here, this inside slot receiver, well, the slot receiver is lined up across from that defender is actually blocking him. As long as he blocks him, then we're going to pick up some positive yardage here in most cases, such as you see on screen. There's another block right there that allows us to get to the outside. So against the 𝗍𝗶𝗆 LB Blitz 3, this is pretty nice as well, as far as this play, as far as this RP Alert Bubble out of the gun trips tied in offset. Let's go ahead and run against one more play from the nickel 𝗍𝗆𝗆, and this one's going to be called nickel overload. Now I want to show this one because there's something about the way the safety plays. He plays a little bit different with his nickel overload 3. Let's go ahead and go into the play here, and I'll show you what he does here as you watch here. Now this particular play, as far as on the defensive side of things, what he does this time is he actually plays the curl flat. So he's going to come down here, and when you see him going in this direction, remember right when I earlier talked about this, if he comes down in that direction, then you're going to want to run the ball, because if you don't, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to go ahead and run this play. Let's go ahead and run it there. We'll go back into it in a second here. I kind of messed up a little bit what I want to show you here. Let's go ahead and run it again, same thing, and run it to the, throw it to the outside here real quick. So he's going to get in position there to try to take that away from me. So when you see him go out there to go ahead and defend that bubble screen, then I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing again. I'm going to go ahead and throw it out to the outside. He's going to take that away. It's going to kill that. So anytime you see him going to the outside, then what you want to do, you want to go ahead and just run the ball to the inside here and try to pick up what you can. Here he picked up 4 yards, and which is nice. That's, you know, still a good game. Anytime you get 3 to 4 yards on a run play, I'll take that in most cases. Sometimes you can pick up a little bit more, such as right there. So I picked up 8 yards right there. So anytime you see that safety going out to cover that screen, then you want to go ahead and run it to the inside. If you see him, if you go ahead and see him, you know, go ahead and drop back. So say again, if he drops back into coverage like this, he goes backwards, then you go ahead and you really have the choice of running it or passing it. If you see him go ahead and rush or blitz and come up into the gap, then you want to go ahead and throw the ball to the outside. If you see him go to the outside, then you want to go ahead and run the ball to the inside. You want to go ahead and run that ball to the inside here, such as what I'm showing on the screen here. You just want to go ahead and run it. So that's really it on this particular play. I kind of just wanted to show this to you guys for this 2-minute drill. When you come up to the line of scrimmage, you're just going to go ahead and read that safety. As I just described, you can basically just snap the ball just that quick. So let's go ahead and just do it one more time here and go back in here. We'll just run off with the new, you come up here, you read the safety. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and go base a line. You go ahead and read that safety real quick. Right there, you're reading him, snap. He drops back, throw to the outside. That's really all you got to know. That's it. That's what makes this a 2-minute drill. You can put this into your 2-minute drill offense. If you want to run the no huddle, this is something you can do in a no huddle offense, regardless if it's 2-minute drill or whatever, and you just don't want to be a quick snapper. This is the play that you can run to allow you to do that. Hey Madden gamers, if you enjoy this Madden video or any other video, please subscribe to the Madden Guides YouTube channel. And as always, thanks for watching and for your support.